So we're gonna. You guys ready? Hello.
I don't know. Go. Speak.
When we're
Um,
gonna play Tarkov, all 8 of us.
Oh my
I'm
god,
never.
this is
Actually,
dude, we
never.
don't care about Tarkov.
what we care about is our
Tarkov is
restaurant experiences,
trash.
right? Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Fucking right.
Restaurants.
Such an horrible segue.
Everyone.
Restaurants.
It's the
Everyone.
news.
Restaurants.
One.
Restaurants. Yay
Huh?
or nay? How do you feel about them? Tell me.
They're okay. It depends
Literally, who
where.
would say
It's
nay?
kind of mid.
Huh? People who aren't rich.
Well, tell us about restaurants that maybe you didn't like or did like.
I
Had
have.
some
Hooters. There
me
weren't
and Izzy have
femboys,
had some pretty
only
crazy
women.
experiences.
Oh,
It's specifically Jack in the Box, Rob. That one made me upset.
Yeah. I've had some pretty weird experiences at food places too, but
Well, let's talk.
are we going first?
Yeah.
It sounds like we're
talk
going
about
It
it.
first.
sounds like you
yeah.
could go first.
It sounds like we're
Go
going
for it.
first. All right,
Go
Izzy,
for it.
you wanna tell the story? I'm playing Rimworld.
All right, so this was back in like
Yeah.
what, sixth
Izzy
or
loves
not
telling
sixth grade?
stories.
Sorry, like it was somewhere in 8th grade, right, Rob? Or was it
The
freshman?
hour-long one?
Yeah, the one where we just stuck in
Yeah,
fucking.
that was in high school. That was high school.
Okay, so sometime in high school, I don't fucking remember when.
A couple
Me
years
and
ago,
Rob just decided to walk to this Jack in the Box because we were hungry. It was the only thing that was open, I think, at that time, and we just wanted to like get a quick snack. So we go in, we order 2 sandwiches, and we wait, and we keep waiting, and like 10 minutes go by. Nothing is like happening. People are going in and out already, like through the drive-through. So they're getting their orders, and we're not getting our shit yet. And we're like, huh, this is kind of weird. 30 minutes go by, and we still haven't gotten a single thing from them. And that's like, I think Rob even like walked up and was like, hey, can we get our sandwiches? And you're like, oh, right away. And then we had to wait another fucking 30 minutes. They even like locked the door on us, and they looked back surprised that we were still there. Right, Rob?
Huh.
Barely fucking remember that shit, bro.
Yeah, they were
I
like,
just
oh,
remember we sat there for like an hour, and it was like, Jesus fucking Christ, there's like literally nobody in the drive-thru.
there was like no one. There was
There's
some
like
people that
nobody
went
there
through the
in general.
drive-through, but they just completely forgot about us twice. Oh my god, that was such
Damn.
it was an annoying experience. Never go to the Jack in the Box. This is also kind of like it's not a restaurant experience per se, but it
Made me
happened
rage.
around. But it happened around the restaurant. You see, I was walking over to Avi's
Oh.
place in a Tachanka costume that I made for
Has
Halloween.
absolutely nothing to do with the topic.
No, it's
Has
around.
absolutely
This is
nothing to
this
do
is
with
the
it.
exact
Yeah,
cornerstone. No, I
it
want to
has
say it
no-
anyways. I want to say it anyways.
Just
On
let him say
podcast,
it. Just let him say it.
He wants it on podcast.
I want this on
Completely off
podcast so that
topic.
everyone.
I mean, it's relevant, kind of.
No, it's not.
Finish the
It's
story.
relevant. So on the
Oh,
corner store, so like
God.
at the corner of like that street that's on the exact same, like you could see the Jack in the Box. I was in that like intersection where I was just like vibing out and like waiting so that the crosswalk could go so I could start walking. So I'm on my phone and I just hear this dude screaming, and I'm just like, "Ah, that can't be at me." And then he keeps screaming, so I look at him and he was actually screaming at me. He's like, "Hey, you, put your fucking mask up! Put your fucking mask up!" And then he just starts like, I put my mask up. I'm like, Jesus Christ, all right, dude. And as he's turning the corner in his fucking shitmobile car, he starts screaming the N word at me, just like over and over again. Still like having eye contact with me as he's turning, and he was almost about to crash in like the like the middle of the street where like they have it like raised a little bit. He was about to crash there. He swerved out of the way, and it made me laugh. It was funny.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate.
All right, so what
He
about you
crashed.
guys?
That'd have been fucking great.
It would have been so hilarious.
Yeah.
Wait, so hold on. It took you an hour to get the food from Jack in the Box, but how was the Jack in the Box food?
It was fucking ass. It was just
Yeah.
Was it
Dude, like,
cold?
it was fucking like lukewarm too. I was like, how the fuck did we wait an hour for lukewarm Jack in the Box, bro? these
Horrible.
fucking these fucking jalapeno poppers have been like microwaved for 30 seconds. I seriously could have gone to Safeway, went back home, and ate it, and it would have been quicker.
Wait, what time at night were you guys there?
we arrived at like 9 o'clock and left at like midnight.
Yeah.
That's not an hour.
Jesus.
That's 3. You said this took like an hour.
Rob does
It
not
was
remember the
around,
time.
like 9 or 10. It was like dark, but yeah.
Still wouldn't make it
3
midnight.
hours.
Well, they're not open past midnight, Emilio.
Okay.
So
the
it has
point,
to be before midnight,
the point is
right?
you were there
Because
for
they're
an
not.
absurd amount of
Yeah,
time.
we were
waiting
there
for
for
it
an
not
absurd amount of fucking time.
So I always hear people rag on Arby's, but I was like, oh, maybe it's just like a
Oh
joke.
my god, no.
About a
No.
year ago, I went to Arby's for the first time. It's no joke. Arby's is actually terrible.
I never had
Horrid.
Arby's.
Oh my
I went,
god.
But they have the meats.
I
They
went to
do have
Arby's
the meat.
and I got something with meat because they said they had the meat. So I didn't want to
They
just get
have
like
meat?
chicken tenders or anything. I got a French dip,
Okay.
and I got a French dip with cheese, and it was so. It was actually not even. It's not even that it was bad. It was straight up gross to eat. The meat was like dry, but it was chewy and it was like really stretchy. And the cheese they put on it didn't melt. It felt like it was just globs of fat.
Oh, ew, that's the worst.
What?
It was horrible.
I don't
And
like
then
the sound of that.
they gave me the sauce, and like it's like the juice of the meat, so it's supposed to have that meat flavor. It just
Okay.
tasted like lightly salted water.
Ugh.
Gross.
I love lightly salted water.
So guess
Emilio.
what, Arby's? You don't got anything.
Emilio, that's why I always say Arby's has the meats, but they don't know how to cook it.
That was my most recent bad restaurant experience, I think.
I do have an Arby's experience very similar to yours, Emilio.
I have a rhetorical for you guys. Do I value my friends or Game of Thrones? 'Cause
You
This
value
is
Game of
Game of
not
Thrones.
Thrones.
This is not
This-
getting
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
there
left.
you
He
go.
left.
I don't know why he
Fucking hell.
fucking
He's
That's
too
why it
into
was
Game of
rhetorical.
Thrones. Dude,
I
he's
guess he
gone
did say
into fucking-
rhetorical.
He left as well. He's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah.
He's obsessed with one show, and like he's like, "Oh my god, I have no time for friends."
Anyone
So-
else? Well, Tyler, Avi, Cruz, you got bad restaurant
Oh
experiences?
yeah, I got a
like
really
to
annoying
say-
one. I guess that happened is it was my stepmom's birthday, and it was kind of a thing we would do for her birthday was go to the cheesecake factory.
Okay.
And there was this one time where we're like, okay, so it's her birthday comes around, so we're gonna go to the cheesecake factory. We did have like a big party. I think there was like 8 of us, right? So it was a pretty good table. So then we go there. We go to check up. We're like, hey, can we get a table? And then they go, yeah, sure. It'll be probably like about an hour since you got a big group. And we're like, oh, okay. We wait a little bit. An hour goes by. We go, we're at our table, and then they go, yeah, sorry, it'll be like a little bit longer. 30 minutes go by, and we go, okay, what's going on here? And they go, well, you see, there's this problem. There's these 2 girls that are sitting in between because they didn't have like one big 8-person table. So what they do is they mash the tables together, right?
Yeah.
So what happened was there was 2 empty tables on these 2 girls left and right, but they were right in the middle, which would have made the whole group. And they apparently finished their food like forever ago, but they were talking there for so long. And I guess
Oh
that
my
it's a
God.
rule where they didn't want to actually kick them out and be like, yeah, you're being here for too long. I guess that was just something they didn't want to do. So they just let them eat there. And I kid you not, we waited 3 hours until they
Jesus
left.
fucking
3 hours until they left, and we were finally able to get our food.
I would have left.
left.
Bro,
Yeah.
at that
Yeah.
point, I would have demanded my food to be free.
Actually, that's the funny thing, Izzy. When that happened, and then we complained to them about it, and yeah, the whole meal was free.
Yeah, you did
That-
that.
that was
Nice.
it,
yeah.
That's-
Emil-
The whole
Tyler,
waiting thing, I don't know if I'd say
That
it was
and
that's
like
a lot
fucking
better.
cake.
Huh?
Like,
How many
Cheesecake
people?
Factory?
Hey,
No,
when
8
you said
people.
8,
That
is
was
totally
Yeah,
worth
that's
it. 3
crazy.
hours for 8 meals. Holy
Yeah.
shit, that's a
Yeah.
lot.
when yeah, it was because they said it was gonna be an hour late, and then they extended it to 2 hours.
8 free meals and plus Cheesecake Factory is fucking expensive.
Cheesecake is
I've-
expensive.
I have a
Yeah, it
similar
is.
waiting story.
go ahead.
Avi, do
Yeah,
you have any
okay.
stories you want to share
okay.
first before I take a second turn?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't have anything.
Oh, come on.
Come on,
now
Avi, just
one
keep
thing.
thinking.
Oh, just keep going. I'm trying to think of
So like,
something.
yeah,
but-
Alright,
same
alright.
here. Like we, I don't really have any bad. More like we just had to like wait to like get our food orders. Basically, it. Not
Or
nothing, anything bad.
well, if you
Basically
can't think
that.
of anything, what about the time where you went to a restaurant where the food was like absolutely shit? You know,
Huh.
like any bad experiences, good, even maybe good. I don't know, good or
I
bad
guess we'll
No,
do.
experiences.
no, we always go to like the same restaurant, so it's like can't like really say.
You know, you're the ones you like.
Yeah.
I guess we'll cruise and you guys think. I have another kind of like Tyler. So I went to one of those like hibachi style grill places like Benihana where they cook the food in front of you. But
Mm.
the thing was, it was for my 8th grade graduation, and I made it very explicitly clear. I'm like, Mom, Dad, I don't want to get lunch. I just want to grab like a burger and call my friends and like hang out that day. Because it was 8th grade graduation. I didn't want to do anything.
Yeah.
But they insisted, like, no, we have to go out with your family to this restaurant. So I was already PO'd because I didn't want to go. So then we get to the restaurant, and it's busy because it's like a Friday afternoon for lunch, and other people have the same idea. So we go there, and we get sat down at the table, and I kid you not, it takes 45 minutes for someone to come over and take our orders for drinks. They
Bruh.
didn't even bring out waters.
Yeah.
We were
Really?
sitting there thirsting in the heat because it's like June, and then they haven't even brought us out waters, and then they got the order for the drinks, and then it took like another 30 minutes after that to get the drinks.
Down.
And it was just like, I get that you're busy, but like, how busy are you that you can't bring like
Yeah,
waters out to
waters are
people?
pretty.
Yeah.
That's like a
And it's
mandatory
like
thing.
around like
We
hot
they did not
areas.
take a drinks order. I wish my brother closed the bathroom door. It smells bad in here now. The smell is wafting across the
There's a
hall.
containment breach, Emilio.
Damn, bitch.
Is that an
See,
SCP
if
logo?
Amar was here, he would have been like,
Yeah, he would have been on that.
Yeah.
My
Anyone
fucking god,
else?
Amar.
Anyone else has any
So
bad
like, so
food?
like, so like, wait, what would you like? What you do? You tell your parents like, what the hell? I told you so.
I kept giving them this look where I was like, I don't want to be here. And they're like, yeah, okay, we're kind of sorry. We didn't think it'd be like this. But I just remember being so vividly. I really wanted to just go to Five Guys and get a burger. But then my
Just
parents were like, no, we have to go out with your family.
Gotta
And then
be
at
the
the
best
end,
burger.
everyone was like miserable because of how long it took and how like terrible it
yeah.
was.
Yeah, for my 8th grade graduation, we just went to a Cheesecake Factory.
wow,
Hey,
nice.
I
I
also went to
haven't.
Cheesecake Factory for eighth
Oh
grade.
yeah,
My family used to go there all the time. We don't go anymore.
yeah. It's expensive as fuck.
You
So,
guys know that? I'm sorry.
no,
Wait,
you go ahead.
what type of cheesecake did
Uh,
you guys get there? I got like the Oreo one.
I got like the red velvet one, I think.
Oh.
When I was
yeah.
younger, I was a fool and I didn't like cheese. I didn't like the Cheesecake Factory cheesecake, so I never ate it.
Damn.
Wow.
You guys know that ramen place downtown? Like,
No, I
Yeah,
haven't.
I
the new
haven't
one
been
that's
there.
been there only a few years.
yeah.
The
Uh,
new one that's been there for a few years.
yeah. It's so
Newer,
No,
good.
the one that isn't really new.
newer.
Uh, I got food poisoning there,
Oh,
so
Wow.
really?
that was fun. Yeah.
Damn.
And then like I had to go into work to work the next day,
Oh, oh.
and like in the morning. So I woke up and my stomach was kind of upset, and I was at work, and I was like, oh no, and I left and just ended up like getting really sick.
Yeah,
It's not
food
Unfortunate.
fun.
poisoning
That's
Yeah.
is one.
unfortunate.
I remember
Getting
I got food
food
poisoning from
poisoning is
something, but I can't
unfortunate.
remember what it was right now.
Yeah.
I've never had it, but from the people who've told me
Yeah,
they've
your
got it,
fucking
it sounds
tuna pizza,
so
Tyler. That's what I got
horrible.
food poisoning from.
Oh, yeah.
I've
That shit
never
was nasty, bro.
I've had bad food where like after I eat it I feel like sick and I gotta go to the bathroom, but I've never had food poisoning where I'm constantly like sick feeling and
Oh
actually
yeah.
like sick.
Oh, I had
Just
a
have like
really bad
diarrhea.
case of
I've
food
had some
poisoning.
bad meals, but I've never had anything that I've
Yeah.
actually been like poisoned from, thankfully.
No.
I was gonna talk about my Arby's experience, but this just reminded me of this is like this one hit me so hard that I don't trust any more like Indian food like areas anymore.
You're right. Indian food got me too, actually, Izzy.
Yeah, dude. So what happened is that my mom just like DoorDashed us some like Indian food from God knows where. This was back when I still was in PH, okay, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like my mom orders some Indian food through DoorDash or whatever, and it comes around, and I got like this chicken curry because I'm not a very exotic person. I love American food. I love the classic cheeseburger, fries.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
I know.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
can
I
tell,
wonder.
Izzy.
So I got the most appealing looking thing there, which was the chicken curry. I ate it all and I went to sleep. And when I woke up, I like projectile vomited all over the bathroom.
Oh,
Oh,
I
no.
don't think
fuck.
I've ever projectile vomited before. I
I
don't.
don't think I've ever had
Yeah, I'll never. Yeah,
projectile
same
vomit.
never.
Well, okay, maybe that's an exaggeration, but I threw up
Did you
pretty
just
bad
throw
in
up
there.
and
I
like
threw up.
it
No, I
went a
threw up
little
pretty
bit?
bad. It was
Because
pretty bad.
projectile vomit, I feel like is just a straight like it went a fucking
Like
few feet.
Exorcist, it's
But
flying
like
across.
just a and like it went like just like
There
under
was a
the
lot.
air.
There was a
That's
lot.
not
That's what I
really
meant. Like
So
I
it was
threw up a lot.
it was bad. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
me.
sucks. I'm sorry.
The
Yeah.
worst part was that like since I threw up all like basically all over the place, I wanted to clean it up and I like flushed it down the toilet and everything. I told my mom because it was a school day, like, "Hey, mom, I kind of threw up everywhere. I
He
don't want to go
forced
to
you to go to
school."
school.
And she was like, "All right, where's the proof?" And I flushed down the proof, so I couldn't show it to her.
Wait,
So she like
Huh?
still sent
your
me to
mom
school.
didn't believe that you puked. She just said, "Where's the proof?"
Where's
Yeah,
the proof?
yeah.
Oh
So
my
she
lord.
forced me to school where I proceeded to throw up like a second time, and that's where she was like, "Oh, he wasn't lying," and so like had to
She
take
came
me.
to
Damn.
the school and said, "Where's the proof?"
Yeah, you're right.
Damn. Yeah. When I got sick, I just be like, oh yo, I'm sick. I can't go to school. My parents be like, okay.
But it was like such a bad experience because like I predicted. I don't know if this is true or not, but I swear to God I think the chicken was undercooked and that's why I had like such a bad
Oh
reaction.
You
yeah,
got
chicken.
salmonella.
Yeah, so
Chicken will destroy you if it's not
yeah,
prepared right.
exactly. So
Chicken will
from
kill
that day
you.
on, I could never eat at another Indian
You just
place
don't trust
ever.
it.
You
I
don't
just
trust
I
it. Is that
like
your
I look at an place, I just remember how bad I threw up and how like horrible I felt. I'm like, not again. I
interesting?
literally can't. I literally can't. Plus, I have tryptophobia, right? Like the fear of like tightly packed holes or whatever.
That is, yeah.
In Indian places, there's this like specific kind of bread that's exactly the
Oh,
perfect size for triggering my tryptophobia, and it's horrifying.
That does sound quite awful.
I need to find it, but and I'm gonna be like
it's called.
scared.
It's something with a P, I think, Izzy. I think I know what you're talking about.
Bun. It's called bun. It's bread.
On
I need to find it. Hold
Bun.
on.
pia
Motherfucker really
bread?
just said bread in Spanish.
Yeah.
What?
Got
Isn't
him.
it like pia bread or whatever? Or no, that's not what it's called.
Is it pea bread? No, that's I think
Isn't that
something else.
that dude? He was the hummus.
Oh
Or
my
like,
god, I found it so fast. Oh no.
Google
oh
creepy Indian
god,
bread.
Um, hold on. I'll send it real quick.
Holy cow!
he's having a
This.
moment.
This is hard.
Put it
Oh,
in.
ooh, it looks like. Oh my god, that's scary to see. I'm gonna put it in what are these names? I can't say this on YouTube.
Spoiler alert.
I'll put it in
It's the first
HP.
one.
Okay. Why is all right? I put it
Are
in
you
PUSF.
just put it this main chat?
It's called
Oh,
Ethiopian
Theo.
bread.
Oh, this the ones with holes. Damn.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
that's
see
almost
not
it.
that.
that's
It's not that bad.
no, it was pretty bad because like they were like perfectly like sized holes and everything. Like this.
Why are you afraid of them?
It's just
Like,
tryptophobia, bro. It's a
yeah, yeah.
phobia. It's
I don't know
like
what
it's
that is.
borderline
It's where you're
irrational.
scared of
Why?
like a bunch of holes.
Yes,
Cause
it's
like
based like
I thought
that.
that was like the fear of it though.
yeah, that
You it seems like you just have a discomfort.
Yeah.
yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Robert has it.
You just hit Rob without
Sorry, Rob. I
Rob.
think he's actually dead.
Rob died from
Rob,
That
you
killed
good?
him.
My
All right.
fucking God.
What happened, Rob?
What? What do you
You
want?
good?
You
Are
just
you good?
screamed out of nowhere.
Leave me
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah. Did you look at the bread and got scared?
The bread got him.
Anyone else got any bad
Shut up,
food
I'm in art
stories,
chat right now.
or do we want to do
Oh,
good
that
food
shit.
stories?
I got a good one, I
I have a,
guess.
I
It's
have a
it's
couple.
more of a neutral but funny, I guess. When I was a kid, my family and I, like when I was really young, like we're talking probably 3 or 4, maybe 5.
Toddler age.
Yeah. We went to this Chinese restaurant and like we were fairly regularly going there, and I would always, be like, "Hey, can I get some pickled ginger?" Because I love that shit. I love pickled ginger. Like it's so good still to this day. And I would just start eating it by itself by like the little cups they bring over, and the staff there was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
What's
dude,
wrong with
what,
this kid?
guys, everybody, come look at this shit. Like they brought people from like the kitchen, and my parents still bring it up like to this day. It was weird but funny. It
Do you
was
just
it was
do you
funny.
guys do you guys have any favorite like a favorite like definitive restaurant?
Uh,
Favorite
Ooh, that's actually pretty
restaurant?
I
tough.
do. I
I
For
I
do.
ha-
pizza.
I have I have one. Okay, for specific, it can also be for specific food or specific type, like best burgers you've had, best pizza, best Chinese food.
Best
Probably
Chinese food
pizza
is
for
easy
me.
for me.
I really like the
Well,
pizza my way that's like down the street. I fucking love that place, bro.
I don't get your
I talk
love for
about it a
that
lot.
place.
I love it. I love it.
It's like
So
so
good.
okay.
Yeah, that's because you grew up in California where you eat soggy dough all the fucking time. God, bro. You dead ass
Listen,
go down to fucking you dead ass go down to Pizza Hut. Oh, I'm gonna take my ass down there and eat a fucking
Mm.
pizza that's covered in fucking sugar.
Jesus!
Jesus
Oh
fucking
my
Christ, bro.
God! Love that
I'm sorry you're
heat.
Dude,
mad,
do
man.
not
Your
mess with
pizza's
Rob and
so
his
fucking mid,
pizza.
Rob.
Holy
Frisbees, dude. Jesus
What?
Christ, bro.
Never
God.
mess with Rob and his
Bob,
pizzas.
relax.
Rob, you also
Jesus.
said I grew up in California. That pizza place is here.
What are you talking about?
That pizza place is in California.
look,
What
I'm
do
gonna
you
be real with
I
you,
know.
Rob.
I like that pizza place. I'm just insulting his pizza taste.
What do you mean my pizza taste?
Your pizza
Okay,
taste. Your taste in pizza.
I will
My
say
favorite
this.
pizza is probably Mountain Mike's.
Mount Mike's is pretty
Mike?
good.
That's
It's
really
Oh,
probably
that's
my favorite
this is
tasting
pretty good.
pizza.
Not bad.
Yeah, Mountain
like
Mike's is pretty good.
pizza,
I
pizza Antica is so fucking good.
I
So
used to
good. I love it.
love Round Table, and I still do like Round Table, but I feel like I don't know if it's my memories are failing me, but I really feel like we used to order from this one specific Round Table. I feel like over the years it has declined further and further into getting just worse and worse pizza, and it really makes me sad.
I know they changed their
The
recipe at one
only
point.
round table I had was mixed feelings because of a
Yeah,
specific
it
two
was
people.
my only round pizza was fucking Tyler and Emilio.
You guys never had round table pizza other than that?
Not before that,
Yeah,
no.
thanks for introducing it to us
I've
with
been
like
to
the
I've
dog
been to
food that you
one
had in the
mix
fucking
with
truck.
Ivan and Izzy. Yeah, never ate that shit.
My family has been ordering Round Table from the area where Tyler used to work since I was like a small child. Like my mom didn't want to pay it, bam, order pizza. Friday night we just finished school, pizza. I remember actually a few times when believe it or not, it used to rain in California. My mom would call a
Damn.
pizza, and I feel bad now that we had to have them deliver in the rain. But I'm also impressed that they still did it, and they got
The
us a
I
nice
rain.
mean,
warm
like,
pizza
yeah.
even in the rainy nights. They
Yeah,
were quite.
it's rain really ain't stopping money, Amelia.
Believe it or
I
believe it,
don't know.
Rob. I don't know if you were here when it happened, but it actually used to rain pretty hard in California,
Yeah.
and we would call them when it was raining an actual like decent amount, and they would still deliver. And we were like, oh
You're
wow.
evil, Emilio.
Yo,
So
do you
you
think they
put
like
the
walk that
driver's
pizza
lives at
there?
danger is
Well, actually,
intentionally?
there's a story behind this because one time, we had a delivery driver slip in our driveway, and we felt so
Oh.
horribly awful. He was like, "No, it's okay. I didn't hurt anything. I just kind of like slipped and like landed on like my side." But we were like, "Oh my god, we could never call Roundtable to deliver during rain ever again." Because
Yeah, that's what
we
broke
felt
you
bad.
guys.
This poor lady just gave us a pizza. She slipped on the
Oh,
stairs. And we're like, "Oh
oh
no."
my god.
Oh, Emilio,
Did
messing
you
everyone
at least
up.
like compensate her?
We always tipped because we've always loved
Yeah,
Roundtable. But
but did you give her a
recently,
big tip?
I don't remember. My
We always
parents
love a
did.
round table.
I always used to, but now it's so hard because I feel I think I typed before, and Tyler, you said the mushrooms. You should never get the
Never get
mushrooms
mushrooms
at Round
at
Table.
round table.
I used to love mushrooms, but over the past few years, if I eat mushrooms that I've like reheated the day after they're fresh, I get sick like consistently.
Mushrooms are very like it's insane when I was working at round table how quickly the mushrooms could go bad in like a day, but round table be like they probably could still last another day. It was just pick out the good ones. But you know, people when you're rushing, it's not really always pick out the good ones.
'Cause,
Yeah, that's
like
fucking gross, bro.
when I got my
Jesus Christ.
I was like, that doesn't seem right. And I just go. I'm like,
I used to
oh.
do okay, but yeah, as the years have gone on, the
I
mushrooms have
thought
made me
Ethan was
progressively
supposed to be
ill.
working at Zachary's now.
He didn't get hired. They're like, you aren't
Oh,
experienced enough.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. That's what happened to
Zachary's
me.
is good pizza too. I like Zachary's.
Yeah,
Like
Zachary's,
their
yeah.
base pizza is pretty trash. I'm not gonna lie.
We never get the base. We always go
Yeah, I don't know. It's
specialty.
really expensive and it's like really mid.
We always
Damn.
get like a specialty one. We get like deep dish, like chicken tomato.
Deep dish. Yeah, I guess decent.
Yeah, like yeah. For us, it's mainly either we order from Domino's, we like get it from there, or we just go to fucking Little Caesars.
I was gonna
Yeah,
bring that up.
good.
I like Little Caesars
Yeah,
a
Little
lot
Caesars.
because I grew up with that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Huh? No, Little Caesars is fine.
Little
Bitches say Little
Caesars
Caesars
is the
bad.
working class pizza.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Dude,
pretty
Exactly.
much. Yeah.
Little Caesars
$5
is
for
the
a
Little
shit.
Caesars is like good
All this
fucking
hot
budget
and ready
pizza.
pizza, bro. Cheap as fuck.
Let
No,
me
I feel like
ask
I
you
feel like
guys-
that's the
bread as
biggest
well?
issue with
So
Little
good,
Caesars.
so
Hot,
good.
hot and ready
With
is
the
like their
crazy
worst
bread.
thing at Little Caesars.
Let me.
Because
I have,
people hate
I
it.
have,
People
I have
go
a
there and get a
question for you
pepperoni
guys.
hot and ready, and those are taste like trash because they're literally just always there, just sitting there staling up because they need to be hot and ready. But
Yeah,
if you
they need to be
order
hot and ready,
anything
yeah.
else that they just make, then it's good and a good price.
How do you guys feel about Costco pizza? Because I
Oh,
actually really
Costco
like
pizza
that.
is
that's
godly.
everything else.
Costco
Yeah.
pizza is actually like
That's
something
fair.
that's good.
Costco
It's
pizza is super
S
fucking good.
tier.
They give you a lot and it's well priced. Costco pizza is
My
the
only
best.
problem
Costco
with
pizza
it,
is
my
really
only
good.
problem with Costco
Oh my
pizza
fucking
is
god.
that it's
Oh my gosh,
incredibly
Mentos.
greasy.
It is
Incredibly.
What?
incredibly
Yeah,
greasy.
true.
I
Super easy.
am not a big fan of grease whatsoever, which is very weird because I like burgers.
I can tolerate grease, but I draw the line where if you touch it and your hand comes off with a visible layer, that's where I'm drawing the line. If I can visibly pull off the grease with my fingers and it's like dripping, that's a bit much. I'm
Yeah,
drawing the
no, I
line.
think
saw
I've
this one
ever been to
thing
that
about like
point in
super
Costco.
grease. I saw this like video about super greasy pizza where some dude just put like a napkin on top of it, and there
Oh
was just
yeah.
so much grease that the
Especially if you
napkin
get a
just
pepperoni.
disappeared.
Pepperoni
Yeah, I
is
know what
so
you're
damn
talking about.
greasy.
Yeah, dude.
I remember.
Pepperoni's so damn good, Tyler.
I know.
So like
There's
before
a
I eat
reason,
Costco
Rob.
pizza, I have to like pat it out to get rid of the grease and then eat it. But that shit's delicious. It's very delicious.
You know what I just remembered? I remember one time we were at school with Izzy and he got a slice of pizza from the cafeteria and he was complaining about how dry the cheese was. And to prove this, he grabbed it and pulled the whole cheese off in one pour.
That's
And
just
it was
To
so
be
rancid.
expected, bro.
But it was so like gross. I was like, I cannot believe this.
that was probably the day where I changed to the spicy chicken sandwiches.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I was rancid just
Yeah.
watching
Everybody
it.
went for like the pizza, dude.
Dude, because I found out that they actually have like better food, so I went for the better
Yeah,
food.
I remember I started eating just their turkey sandwiches. I enjoyed those.
There's some pretty good pesto sandwiches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember when I like the barbecue pizza?
What?
They did
Remember there was
barbecue
like one
pizza?
yeah, there was just
Yeah.
one random like week where they actually gave decent pizza and they started offering like different types other than just the
Yeah.
cheese.
Yeah,
And
didn't they
Vegan
and it
give
and
was like
one of
fucking
them
great.
though? They
Huh?
got like this vegan pizza where it was like bell peppers and whatever on it. Wasn't
I
that
don't
like?
remember that.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Oh, my legs are very sore from yesterday still.
Oh, sucking dick.
What does that have to do with it? What the fuck? Cruz, stop projecting. It's okay.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, a good experience that I have, which is only like personal to me. I don't think you guys could relate to it. Was every Saturday, yeah, every Saturday, my great grandpa, who's also Ismael, would
Nice.
like
would
me.
go to huh?
Your story. I don't think I can relate to
Oh,
your
it's
story about
Yeah.
having a great grandpa named Ismail.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But
Damn.
basically, my great grandpa would go to this local bakery called Lupita's Bakery, which had the most like they were the most delicious chocolate donuts that you could ever have. And like, oh my god, they were so good. And it hurt so much when I heard that they closed because of COVID. It sucks.
Oh, damn.
And it was
Oh.
like a tradition for like my entire childhood, my teen years. It was, oh my god, it was just like a really cool, like it was an awesome tradition. Really, I want to continue doing that with like like I don't know, my
Future,
grandchildren.
future Ishmaels.
Yeah, it's like the Ishmael
Oh, yeah. Wait.
generation, you
How
know.
how how how
You're
would you like go for
gay.
like? Yeah, no, but like, yeah. How would you like do with the children thing? Would you like adopt or would you like surrogate?
It's almost like, I mean, there's other options, but it's almost like I that's the only option that I have.
Wait,
Is
what do you mean
No,
adopt.
there's
no, no,
other
no, no.
You could
You
options?
do,
you can put your sperm in
Are
a
you gonna
bottle and they can
purchase one?
impregnate someone.
yeah,
You
I
can
could
get
do
your boyfriend
donation.
pregnant. It's not
Okay.
easy.
It's
Yeah.
2022, guys.
Yeah, it would depend if
Anything's
he or him,
possible.
you or him, were gonna do like the sperm.
That's a mix. We just put them both in one thing,
Okay,
spin it up.
alright.
Okay,
We
no.
just put it both, and then the best man wins.
Yeah, you know. Have you ever heard of Battle Royale?
Uh, I used to do something kind of like that, Izzy, where every Sunday we would go and get Togo sandwiches. Here's the thing, though.
I don't hold
Togo's
on.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't like that you're talking about getting sandwiches directly after me talking about sperm.
That's
What?
anyway.
What?
I don't get
We
it.
used to go to
Yeah.
Togo's every Sunday, but Togo's is a restaurant that definitely has declined in quality since I started going. Because
Yeah.
when we first went, we
Yeah.
used to consistently get good sandwiches. Then I had to stop getting lettuce on my sandwiches because I would get sick after I had that.
What? That's the
Then,
What?
weirdest thing to be sick
Lettuce?
about.
after eating the lettuce on the sandwiches, I would get sick. So then I stopped getting it. It was okay. Then I started getting consistently sick from just the regular sandwiches. The thing that drew the line for me where I'm like, I don't like Togo's anymore, was my brother ordered a sandwich, came back home, unwrapped it, opened it, and they forgot to put the meat in the sandwich.
How?
My brother paid like whatever, like $7 for a meatless sandwich.
Don't they put like? Don't they make it in front of you?
I don't. That was the other thing. You used to be able to see that, but then they raised the counter so you can't see what they're doing anymore.
Can you not see what they're doing anymore?
Not as easily.
Oh my god!
Oh
Your
my
brother
god.
ordered a sandwich and he came without any meat.
Can't
I remember
without
one.
meat. That's crazy.
I remember one time I was at Togo's with my family, and I got really my heart sank because I looked at the window and there was Rob walking by, and he saw me.
I was with someone. Who was I
You were with
with?
you were
Was
with
it
Hannah.
Hannah?
You invited me to go see Bumblebee, and I'm like, I'm with my family right now, and you're like, oh, that's cool.
And you just saw each other.
Yeah, you were going to the movie theater, and then you saw me. You did a double take, and you like ran in with Hannah, and you're like, yeah, we're gonna go see Bumblebee. You wanna come? And I was like, I'm good.
Damn.
I'm like, don't you
I
see, family?
Honestly, it's really rare
No,
to see
there was
someone
just like
from like.
one other person there.
Huh.
I don't even remember if there was anybody there.
Huh?
Also, it's just like
That's
the
because
plight
his
thing.
family wasn't there,
it
Rob.
was my brother and my
He
mom.
just
That
didn't
was
want to be
nice.
with you.
Honestly,
Unrelated, but it's not food related. But do you guys have when you get recognized in public? Do you like? How do you react?
I'll be like, "Yo, what up,
I
man?"
what do you
I'll
mean?
be, I'll
If
react
I know
normally, be
them,
like,
then I'll be like, hey,
"Oh,
You just
hey.
If
yo,
someone
hey."
says hello, you say hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be
That's
like,
like
You
the
don't
"Yo,
just
most.
what's
You
up,
mean
man?"
like to
That's
spit on
the
them?
dude. That's so.
Do you want an
That's an
autograph?
Ethan move right there. That's an Ethan. Oh,
Want an
hello.
autograph?
Salutations, friend.
No, it's just like I don't know what it is, but when I get recognized in public, my heart like stops and I freeze when someone says my name.
What?
Like,
What are
I
you, a
get so
deer?
scared when people recognize me.
He's.
It's I
Yeah.
Okay,
Dear.
I think I've talked to. So I was at. This is kind of a restaurant experience. I was in a cafeteria at at college. I was eating food, and it was not like a normal one. We went to someone else to get better food, and not this Izzy, but another girl named Izzy I know. She sees
Wow.
me, and every time she sees me, she calls my name out. She yells very loudly, Emilio. So I was just eating with my roommates talking, and she yells my name, and I like freeze in fear and lock eyes with her, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And
Damn.
I obviously couldn't see it, but my two roommates said that the second I saw her, I went like sheet white, like my face like went white with fear.
They probably
Like,
thought it was
What?
like a past ex or something.
well,
Yeah.
it's not because I'm afraid of it. It's just when I get recognized in public, I don't know why my reaction is to freeze. Because it happened again. I was walking downtown with my roommates, and I saw her again, and she called my name. Same thing. I felt that same like sinking sensation, and I froze.
We
And
just
I was
fucking
like,
hate that
"Oh,
person.
hi." No, I like her. She's super nice. I do like her. But it's
Mhm.
when people recognize me in public, I feel fear. I just get afraid.
Damn.
It's not restaurant
If
related,
I
but
see someone I know from far away, I'm just not gonna talk to them. I'm just be like,
It's
"No."
his it's his natural prey response.
my bottom energy.
Oh my god.
Bro, whenever I see someone, I just start running up to them. That's it. Like I don't even
Uh,
say anything. I just run to them and like try to
Jesus,
scare
Izzy.
them.
Yeah, that
I'm
sounds
I'm
I
about
don't.
right.
I
Emilio's
just.
counter. I'm Emilio's counter. I would
I don't.
actually give him a heart attack if I try to like if I see him just randomly in the streets.
I could be out on like a date and he'd come up and fucking ruin it.
I would, and I would just
Honestly.
introduce myself. I'll be the third wheel.
Like, yo, I'm his gay friend.
No, no,
That
Rob
would
does the job for me. You know, ever since.
shut up.
Damn.
Well, at least I don't have to say it anymore for him to know.
Um,
Did you ruin a date for him?
is
No,
this the
well,
robotic story?
I've ruined
Yes,
several for myself.
it's
But
the
Robotic.
yes, this is the real
robotics
point.
one.
Um,
Sorry, oh
I
my god.
I have another. I have a specific restaurant that I think I can definitively say is my favorite restaurant. Actually,
Go ahead.
Really?
so in anyone out there, anybody ever watches this in Arizona, in the town of Scottsdale, Arizona, there was a small restaurant called Randy's Diner that is overall the best 10 out of 10 food experience
What?
I have
You
ever
really
had.
just said breast.
Yeah, Emilio, you gotta get girls off your mind, man. You're
Horny fuck.
horny.
Oh, motherfucker.
Randy's Diner in Arizona has had the best, consistently best food experience I have ever had in my whole life. I've got we used to go out there because my brother liked to see the spring training of the Giants. So we went there like 3 times, and we would go like breakfast for like the 3 days we were there, and every day we went,
But
it was
Emilio, I looked it up and it's 2 out of 5 stars.
Oh
no
my
way.
god.
No,
Oh my
I
god.
don't know. It's just-
The quality went down.
Emilio, everywhere you go, it just the food quality gets worse.
Hold on.
I don't know.
Randy's restaurant and
First
ice
it was
cream,
Togo's.
4.6 stars.
Yeah, right. That's just your
Okay,
imagination.
so let me explain the thing about it. So it's this very like small, unassuming, just like little just a little like diner with little booths and like a little bar and like the kitchen in the back. And every time we go, it is extremely packed. Every seat is taken. But you come in, you say, "I need a table for 4 people," and you have to wait a max of like 5 minutes to get a full 4 people seated when they're completely full. So the service is fast. You come in there, you sit down, you order the food. The time between ordering your food and getting it is at most like 7 minutes.
Okay.
Hmm.
The turnaround is so fast, and the breakfast food is really good. Like sometimes you go to breakfast places, and you get like eggs and stuff, and you're like, "Oh, it's a little dry, it's kind of soggy," or you get like pancakes and stuff. No,
Yeah.
everything there tastes so good. It tastes like a home cooked breakfast. Like someone actually sat down
Damn.
and took the time to make you a good breakfast in like 7 minutes. They get a full everyone's food out.
Damn.
And it's also it's really cheap. Like a full breakfast that fills you up from like lunch to like the middle afternoon is like maybe at most $10. And
Damn.
you get like eggs, toast, the meat, a drink, all of that for one person for like $10. And you can still have leftovers.
Damn. Sounds nice.
So they give you good food. They have you in and out and satisfied in like 30 minutes. And it is absolutely the best food experience I've ever had in my whole life.
Damn.
Wait,
And it
how
is
often have you been there?
I when we used to go, my brother used to like to see the Giants do spring training, which was we'd go like
Giants?
the San Francisco Giants. They
Oh,
train in Arizona.
It's
So for
interesting.
like we went for like 3 years straight. We would go there and we'd go to that restaurant like every morning for like 3 days. And but every time we went, the meal was consistently the best breakfast I've ever had. And the service has always been excellent. So
man,
it is
one of
the
these
best
days we have to
restaurant
go there.
I've ever been to.
Amelia, they look
Road
pretty
trip.
good. I'm looking through some of the photos right now. They look pretty good, except for this one. I'm gonna send it right now. But the bagel looks burnt to shit on this one. Look at
Oh
that.
damn.
That's the only bad photo that I see. The rest of it actually looks pretty good.
But yeah, that top picture, that is the restaurant, and it is so I love the aesthetic. The food is good, the timing is
Kind of looks
great.
like one of those old school diners. So like
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's like
reminds
a
me of like
very
Johnny Rockets or something.
it's a very
yeah.
simple old school diner, but it's the best consistent breakfast I've ever had. 10 out of 10 would absolutely recommend.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys have any breakfast any sort of food places where you're like this is it?
I have one, but like every time I think about it, it feels like a backroom level, just because like it was I don't know. It's just that like I haven't been there in such a long time, and I have like memories of it from like way long ago. It's just I don't know. So you have to like drive pretty far out in the middle of nowhere to get there, or that's what I remember at least. But when you're there, it's a steak place. You eat like pretty good steak there because it's Texas, duh. So they sell this pretty good steak. But for me, that's not the main attraction about the restaurant. The main attraction is behind the restaurant. There's an entire like playground that has like petting zoos that like
Whoa, this
it
sounds
has
Whoa.
awesome.
it has like an entire miniature zoo in the back. There's like you could even like ride on a horse in like the circle. Like there's even this playground that's the same size, like in dimensions, the same size as the actual like restaurant itself. And it's just a pure playground. And it's so bizarre because it doesn't feel real and I don't know what to look up to find it, but it's
Best
such a
restaurant ever.
crazy it's the best restaurant ever because after you finish eating you could go outside and like say hello to the goats and all that.
Sounds really cool.
Nice.
I want to try to find it. Hold on.
That reminds me of another weird restaurant. It
Was
wasn't like
this
very
Texas?
This was of course in Texas.
Yeah.
They sold some really good fucking steak.
there was this
Damn.
it wasn't creep but when I went to visit the Grand Canyon, it stayed in this very small town off Route 66. So it was like the only side people they got were like tourists. And we went into this like steakhouse place, and it was so creepy because we were like the only there was only like one other family there in this huge room, and they were just kind of hanging around like sitting with us, and I was just kind of like this is weird. It didn't feel like it was open.
Hmm.
And I had that happen actually when I was on my road trip. We went to this Mexican restaurant in northern, like the almost border of California, and it's like in like a house. It's like one of those places where you can clearly tell it's like a house they converted into a restaurant.
Oh yeah.
But me and my dad were the only person in there besides like the other people. So we came in and like all three people, like it was a family thing. So it was like the father, the son, and the wife were all working there, and they were just sitting in a booth eating chips. And we came in, and they all of a sudden were like got up, put the chips away, and they're like, "All right, can we take your order?" And it felt weird because while they were preparing our food in the back, like the son and the wife were preparing food, the man who I presume was the father was just sitting on his phone in a booth, and he kept coming over like, "Can I get you guys anything?" We're like, "No, we're fine." But it was pretty good. I had some good fajitas.
By the way, guys, I found it.
All
It's
right.
called Cattleman Steakhouse and Indian Cliffs Ranch.
Oh, it's a
Uh,
Cattleman.
yeah, it's Cattleman's.
Cattleman's is a chain, I think.
I don't know. but this one's unique because it has
That one
apparently
I
a
guess is
ranch.
unique. I guess it has a ranch.
Hold on.
Yeah, busy.
I want to see if I could find the photo because like here's the photo of it from the front, which still looks pretty cool. Because I don't know, it looks like it's made out of Adobe and stuff. But hold on a second. I'm trying to find like the actual like petting.
And
Oh,
out of what?
Oh, that looks really cool.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh
That's sick.
wow. Holy
Is
cow.
this is a very low poly render, but
Oh,
you
poly
could
render.
not render. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. I've been on Blender for too long. Um, but this is like a photo. It looks
Oh,
really bad, but that's the photo of like the playground.
this this is actually that's really cool, but this leads into something
Huh.
else that I kind of want to talk about
Oh my
restaurant.
god, I remember. Oh, I'm sorry, sorry. I'm
No,
just
go
going
ahead. Go
through
ahead.
nostalgia right now, and I found what the inside of it looks like. That's what it looks like from the inside. Why is it so small?
Oh wow, that's like a whole tree in there.
Ew,
It's fucking beautiful, dude.
it's
Oh,
I'm telling
really
you, every time I
cool.
think about this, it's like a
Oh
liminal
my
space
god.
hold
because
on.
it
You
just
just
doesn't
awoken
feel
something
real.
that I had recently that I thought was godly.
Oh, okay,
All right.
sure.
So there's a place in the pretty sure it's downtown Sacramento called the Tower Cafe. All right.
I remember you told me about this. Yeah.
And the Tower Cafe, first off, it just looks really cool if you eat outside. Let me get a picture. Cafe outdoors. Where outdoors it has like that whole it has like a little fountain outside and it's just like kind of covered with like trees. And it looks cool. And then there's this thing where they're like, "Oh yeah, we're kind of known for having like a cool French toast." And I'm just like, "All right, I guess I'll try their French toast." That French toast was like godly. It was like perfectly cooked. It had like the perfect amount of sauce. That was like homemade. It was so good. And they had like an old school movie theater right behind it that still worked, that played old school kind of movies still, like The Shining and stuff. It
Yeah,
was just really
that sounds
cool.
cool.
That looks
That
pretty cool.
that reminds me of a kind of
Yeah.
tragic and also that's really beautiful.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
a very enjoyable yet tragic tale is I like fish and I like salmon. And the best piece of salmon I've ever had was not from a fancy restaurant. It was from a Joe's Crab Shack, I think, in San Diego. It was just a random chain restaurant, but they served the most delicious piece of salmon I've ever had. And it kind of makes me sad to know I don't think any point in my life will I've ever have that recreated just how good it was.
So we're all gonna like go on a trip to go to our like favorite spots, right? We're gonna
We'll
go
drive all the
across the
way to
United States.
Texas and then all the way up to New York to get Rob his favorite pizza slice.
We're gonna get New York style pizza.
Ah, we gotta go to fucking Italy, bro. We gotta
Sure.
go get some of that Napoleon pizza, my guy.
I have a
I need to
topic.
get myself a pizza
Hey,
pie.
did you guys ever
Neapolitan.
go to any
Yeah,
themed
Neapolitan or whatever
restaurants?
it's called. What's up?
Do you guys ever go to any themed restaurants?
What do you mean?
No.
Like
Best I've been
Rain,
to
Chuck
the
E.
like
Cheese?
Rainforest
Rainforest
Cafe.
Cafe, yeah, like
Oh,
stuff
I've
like
Oh,
been
yeah,
to
I've
that
been to
so
So
much.
Rainforest
unreal.
Cafe,
Oh
but
I
no,
never went.
rainforest just sorry, triggered some bad memories.
Bad
Oh no,
memories.
bad memories.
I thought
No,
everyone
no,
likes the
it's okay.
Rainforest Cafe.
No, no, for a whole different reason. It's okay. Just you
Uh,
guys continue about it.
Oh.
well, I think I said before the podcast was one question I wanted to ask is if you guys had to create a restaurant, what kind of restaurant would it be and would it be themed?
pizza place.
Would it have a theme
Oh,
or would it just be a pizza place?
well, my first reaction is the pizza place.
Oh, I found a higher quality image from the inside. Hold on. Sorry, I'm still looking through Cattleman's.
Okay, so you'd make pizza. What would your signature dish be, Rob?
Pepperoni pizza with
Anchovies.
extra grease on top.
Oh my fucking god.
Actually, I actually just take frying oil and just throw it on top of the pizza before I
Dude,
serve it.
dude, that's just evil.
Specifically
That's
for Izzy.
I know you were
So
targeting
many
me. I know
phrases.
you were. If
Tyler, do
anyone
you have any ideas?
No, Izzy. If I was truly targeting you, I'd add a bunch of mini pepperonis.
A
Oh my
food
god.
place.
What kind of restaurant would you want to run?
I could probably go with like a burger joint or something.
That'd be cool too. Yeah.
What kind of would you want a themed restaurant?
A themed restaurant. You know, I kind of like the You know the old. Why can't think of the names? My God, hold on. Holy cow. Not. Oh my God, I'm blanking completely on the word on what I'm trying to think of. But it's like the old timey kind of like burger places that you see in like old movies.
Diners.
Diners, thank you. Kind of like an old
That's
diner look
that's
to
what we
it.
were struggling for. Diners.
Thank you. I don't know why I couldn't think of a diner there.
I would want to run a diner style restaurant. That seems cool.
Damn.
I was gonna say that I would also do a like burger joint, but I want to do like the '80s retro future style. You know what I mean?
Like a Pizzaplex style
Yeah,
burger place.
like
That'd be pretty
that would
cool.
be so cool. Cause like it just have like a bunch of stupid technology that people in the '80s style would do in like
Like this is
2020.
it, chief.
Yeah, where they just have like I don't even know what they would have. Hold on, I want to look it up. '80s
Freaking
style.
Back to the Future being like, this
Synthwave.
is 2012, guys. Flying cars.
You're right.
I remember I had an idea for a restaurant recently that I'd still like to. It's just like a Art Deco fancy restaurant, and the ceiling is decorated so it looks like the night sky. So it looks like you're on top of like a skyscraper, and you have like a very pretty view. Something
Nah.
classy, serve good food.
If not the '80s style, I would definitely want to make my restaurant like a liminal space, like to like scare the shit out of people. That'd be so like every single seat is like hiding off behind a wall, so it just looks like you're just eating alone.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Have you guys ever been to like a fancy restaurant before?
Yes, actually.
Like fancy.
I don't know. I mean,
I
No,
qualify this as fancy
not
because it was
really.
in the middle of San
Not,
Francisco and it was like on a
not really.
skyscraper.
I recently went to a few fancy places, and I can say with absolute certainty that I hate fancy restaurants. They're just
What?
Oh,
absolute
flexing his
yeah.
wealth.
scams.
Yeah. There's scams.
Oh yeah, no, that's for sure.
Scams.
They are.
So I went to one recently with my family, and I felt kind of bad because it was celebrating my parents' anniversary, and I didn't want to be rude, but it was a very upsetting dining experience where it's just the portions they gave you
Oh,
for what you ordered
portions.
was so laughably pathetic. And the food wasn't even like, if it was like high quality, I could get past it. But it was not. It was so just average. And they have like all these exotic foods. I'm sitting there, my Neanderthal brain's like, where's just a piece of like chicken I can get? Why can't I order something normal? Like, so the thing being that is there's appetizers, right? And they're supposed to be, pretty cheap, or when you pay a lot, you expect like a table setting, right? Because they're for the table, right?
Mhm.
So we spent $12 on empanadas, right? And they bring out a plate, and they had the gall to give us two regular sized empanadas for four people for $12, and it was such a mid empanada.
Wow.
And then
Damn.
we paid like $30 for a plate with like three chicken bones on it, like three chicken legs. And I was just like, I cannot believe that this is it.
That's
Big
the hype.
brain.
And yeah, it was so expensive. And it might, at the end, my parents were like, yeah, that was kind of mid. And it was like, I cannot believe that this is like what. Because the restaurant before was really good. They got rid of Mr. Lucky's. It made me sad. I used to love Mr. Lucky's.
He's not so
They-
lucky now, is
And
he?
then recently, I went to another one for another anniversary thing. It was the day we hung out for Tyler's birthday, actually. Before I showed up, I went to a restaurant, and same thing. They charged like $12 for like three meatballs as an
Oh
appetizer.
yeah, you talked about this when you were
And
like
then
venting about it.
they had other foods where, yeah, it was like $40 for like not even like a meal. And that restaurant had the single most expensive food item I've ever seen. Could
What
get
was
a
it?
you can get a, I think, 8 or 12 ounce tomahawk steak for $110
Holy shit.
What?
$100?
for a tomahawk steak.
The Texan
Um,
in me is getting angry at that.
And
I
I
hate.
was like, I can go to Costco, pay $50 and get like 4 steaks.
Holy
The,
cow.
and it's like I cannot believe that this is like what rich people sit around and buy all day. These tomahawk steaks. And it was so upsetting. Because not only that, I think I mentioned when I hung out with you guys, I felt sick to my stomach afterwards.
Oh yeah.
I got sick after that. I don't know if it was what we ate or I just didn't like it, but I got sick and I went, that was horrible. So have you guys been to any fancy restaurants?
I
I
mean, I
I
have
don't
feel
know
like
if you guys
Cheesecake Factory
count
is probably the
this.
fanciest thing I could really think
Cheesecake.
of.
Uh, have you
Yeah,
guys ever
same.
been to Fleming's? It's in Anaheim.
No.
There's one in Walnut Creek.
Yeah, yeah. I guess it's a
It's a
chain, but
chain.
it's like an it's
Yeah, it's a nice steakhouse place.
it's like all like that's what I can think of off the top. I went to this other one in Anaheim that was also
That's a
pretty
pretty
nice.
nice. Those are fancy restaurants. They're pretty considered.
Rip the dog. I'm playing RimWorld and my dog just died. Rip the dog.
Oh, oh
Oh
no.
my god.
Yeah, I got killed by a freaking wolf.
Oh my
Damn.
god.
So yeah. I mean it was a small shit dog, so I don't mind that much.
Oh, okay, absolutely.
Alright, then it was deserved. Fuck that dog.
Have you guys ever been to
Okay.
any of those Brazilian steakhouses where like
Yes, dude.
they
No.
bring
Oh,
out
they're
the
so good.
so
They're
there's
so
these
good.
they're also pretty fancy, but what it is they just keep cooking meat and they carve meat and they put it on
Yeah,
large
I've
like
been to one. I didn't know whether to count that as a fancy place or not.
I don't know. It's pretty. It's
Depending
fancier.
on the place. Depending on the place.
I went to this one kind of in Concord, but
Oh,
basically
I
what
think I
they
know which one you're
do
talking about.
is they give you this meat on like they bring it out on a skewer, like a 2-foot sword, and the meat is pieced on it, and they go around to the table and they're like, "All right, we have this meat. Who wants some?" And then you just say yes, and they pull the meat off of the sword and put it on your plate, and you just go ham. They just bring meat around all night,
It's so good. I
and
love it.
and
I've only
yeah,
gone like once or twice, but
I went once and it was pretty good.
I went to the one up in Napa.
Did you think it was good, Rob?
What, the one I went to?
Yeah.
It was good, but it wasn't worth like the price. The
It's
amount of
it's
money.
it's very
Like
expensive.
goddamn, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah. And because it's all protein, it fills you up really fast.
yeah.
I remember another. Have you guys ever had Korean barbecue? Colton, you were with me when I
Yeah.
had
No.
Korean
Oh,
No.
barbecue.
I
Yeah, no,
love
we did it
Korean
for my
barbecue.
birthday. That was for my
I love
birthday.
Korean barbecue.
Oh, it was. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't
I
remember
thought,
that.
bro, I
I
thought it was a robotics meeting, so we were pulling up and I saw people like everybody from robotics outside. I was like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
I'm late.
I'm like, oh shit. I did not know there was a meeting.
I remember. We went to Korean barbecue and do you remember
I
Doe?
was not aware. I
Do
was
you
not
remember when
aware.
Durwood almost started a fire?
I vaguely.
That was so Korean barbecue is a thing where you order
Oh, it's
meat
so
and then
good.
you cook it in front of you, like however you want it for your group. I was not aware of this. I was completely taken off guard when I showed up and I was like, all right, where do we order? And Peter and Angie just started ordering meat and cooking it for us. And I was just like, oh my god. And first I got hit in the face with boiling oil from Peter, who's
Oh,
Whoa.
a very
fun.
good chef. I got hit directly in the cheek with boiling oil, and he had this look on his face like, "Oh my god, Emily, I'm so sorry." And so they have these big like gas flames for you to cook the meat, and they have a sign that says, "Please don't throw anything down there." But someone in our group folded up the little piece of like paper that comes on the chopsticks and tossed it down there, and like a little fire started,
Oh my
and we were like,
god.
should we worried about that? And then someone came by and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that happened. That just happens sometimes." And she helped us, but we looked at him like, "Don't do that ever again." it's, it was scary.
That's a horrifying. But those do sound pretty cool. I've never been to one
Me
though.
neither. Sounds
It's
neat.
okay. I wasn't a big fan.
I just like the experience and also food.
Yeah, I don't look. I am in the belief that if you go to a restaurant, they make the food for you. So when I had to make the meat by myself, I was like, I cannot believe this.
I could not believe I have to do this.
Oh
I
fuck!
can't
I can't
believe
believe you've done this.
it was good though. Avi, you
There's
haven't
a
talked in a while.
Go ahead, Avi. You haven't even said one thing, Avi. Come on.
What do you mean I haven't said one thing?
Elaborate.
Elaborate on what?
Restaurants.
I haven't
Do you,
been to a fancy restaurant. I'm broke.
have you been to any restaurants
No, I
that
meant
you have
like Avi doesn't even talk.
experiences?
Yeah, anything. You haven't said anything for like the good or bad experiences. I think. Oh no, mountain bikes. Never mind. Still talk.
Avi, what is like the
right
peak
here.
food?
Yeah. What was the best food that you've ever had? Oh my fucking.
What?
Come on, come on, Avi. You got this.
What's it called? Best food I probably had. A long time ago, I went down to a boat show over in Bakersfield. Um, and just one morning, we decided to go down to this like little place that sold burgers and some seafood. I ordered a tiny side bowl of clam chowder and this burger, and they were pretty damn fucking good. I was also pretty fucking hungry, but then I grabbed the burger. I'm like, what if I dip it in the clam chowder? I put it in the clam chowder, and that was by far like the best thing I've ever put in my mouth.
What?
I don't think anything's come close to that feeling that I got when I mixed that burger and that clam chowder. They were both pretty fucking good, and that just fucking made me unbelievably happy. I've never got it. I don't know what the place is called. That was
This
good.
is kind of
I
off
mean,
topic on my part. I was gonna say something. Sorry.
go ahead.
How much how much pepper should you put in clam chowder? I feel like there's only one acceptable answer in my opinion, but I want to hear you guys. Like how much pepper should you put in clam
He's
chowder?
white, so he's gonna say very little.
No, I'm the opposite, dude. I want it to be like a pace with the amount of pepper. Like
That sounds
it
absolutely
turns
disgusting.
gray almost, and it's so good. It's
What are
so
you
good.
on about?
There's a trick. Jokes
I
on you,
heard clam
Colton.
chowder.
I don't put pepper in clam chowder because I can't taste pepper very much.
You don't
Alright,
taste
cool.
pepper?
That's why you put more Emilio.
I put
Emilio
That's why
fucking
you
sprinkles a
put.
dab or
Under
two, and then he's like,
suspicion.
"Yeah, there's nothing here."
Taste
He
these
grabs a little
spices.
grain. He's
well,
like,
okay. I guess if in the past when I've eaten pepper, I don't feel like it adds a good flavor. I feel like it just tastes like someone put dirt on my food. It feels like I'm just
Damn.
eating little rocks, and I'm like, this is saddening.
"How
So
big is your pepper? How much? What? How fucking big
again,
are
that's the
those
thing. I
things?
don't taste it, so I add more. I'm like, this tastes like stupid. What is this? So
Do you like
I go to,
mix it, or you full on just have a full layer of just pepper?"
I like sprinkle it around, and then I'm like, okay, let me try it, and I'm like, I don't taste it. I add more, and I go, I still don't taste it. I add more, and I go, now it tastes like rock. So it's just like I can't.
The struggles.
I've never had a good experience with pepper.
Damn. The struggles with pepper is serious.
Sounds like you're just taking too big of a fucking leap, bro. It honestly sounds like he goes from fucking sprinkling the can to opening
That's what
the
it sounds
bottle.
like, man. Like, he goes one
Honestly.
like little
Yeah,
turn on the
bro.
little turn thing. He's like, "Damn, that's
Yeah.
not enough." He just removes the fucking lid and lets it rain.
I mean, the next time we eat, I'll let you put some pepper on my meal, and we'll
He does
see.
the same thing.
Child.
I'll
Like, I
let you
can't
feed
pepper
me.
myself.
Um,
Anyone else have a pretty good experience?
has anyone seen any public freakouts in restaurants?
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay, tell us. Come on.
First day working at Round Table.
Of course.
Literally the very first day. I go in, my first job, and I'm like, okay, how do I do this? And they go, alright, we'll show you. 3 hours go by, and it's about like, I think around 8 or 9 o'clock. And then I'm in the kitchen, and then they're showing me what to do, and then I just hear screaming, and I'm like, what the hell? And then we all go outside, and we just see this white chick just screaming the N-word out loud
Aw.
at her freaking husband or romantic partner or whatever, who is just white also, and she was just yelling all kind of slurs and stuff. And at this time, there was a kids party going on like right next to it, so everybody's just like, "Bro, kid, just no, this is during a kids thing. Don't do that." And then the our manager went up and told her to leave, and she tried to freaking slap her, and she like swiped at her, and somehow I don't know how her manager didn't freaking go attack, but she just kept telling her that she's gonna call the police, and it was just the most Karen like freak out, and then all the dads of the birthday party kind of dragged her out. Yeah, that was the
Do you
first day
know
of work.
what it was about?
I
Was it-
I don't know. She just was on about something. She was like, I'm gonna beat you up," and all this. It was crazy.
Oh my
And then
lord.
she was calling our manager racial slurs because she was like Mexican and
That's horrible.
yeah.
Oh
Damn.
my god.
This is why I would never work at a restaurant.
You gotta do what you gotta do though.
Oh, I'll do something else. Jesus Christ. I would never be able to like, bro, if someone starts like trying to be racist towards, I'm just gonna like not even hesitate. I'm gonna like start punching, dude.
Well, you'll get
Honestly.
fired, but I don't think
Yeah,
anyone will hate you.
dude, like I would not be able to.
They'll be like, legally we have to let you go, but we really don't want to.
What if
Yeah,
it's like self-defense?
Yeah, I feel like
it's
if
like
she
I
actually got hit, that would it be okay for her to attack back for like
joke
self
on you.
defense reasons?
California has
I mean,
some
morally,
weird
I'd give it a
laws.
pass. I don't know about the legal side though.
Yeah, California has some weird laws regarding that kind of stuff.
I don't know. I feel like if you just get
California's
freaking
dumb.
hit, then you have your chance.
Depends, but also like just it's fucking leave it. If they hit you, then fuck him. You can like call the police on them.
You
You
could
don't need
Yeah,
to
actually
You
push
press
them back,
charges.
because then that's just gonna fuck
assault!
you over.
Assault!
Yeah, because you could press charges and stuff, so you could actually get money from getting slapped.
Um, I
Like,
never seen like a huge freak out, but I was in Hawaii about a year ago. I was in Kauai, and this was
why?
sort of towards the
Kawaii?
tail when when
Kawaii
pe-
desu.
when the pandemic was sort of easing up, so like people weren't wearing masks, but some places still wanted you to. So
Oh
you
boy.
Okay.
you expect that if a restaurant asks
Jeez.
you to put on a mask, the least you can do is respect them and wear it for like, because this place had outdoor seating, so you would go in, order, and they would bring it out to you. You were inside for like 5 minutes, if that. But we were eating, and this guy goes into orders food, and they tell him to wear a mask. And we heard there was like shouting in the restaurant, but we didn't know what was going on. And then this guy comes out. He opens his phone, and I kid you not, this could not be more hilarious. He pulls his phone, he starts recording. He's like, "Hey, all my fans, I want everyone to know, don't eat at this and this and this place because they come in and they rudely asked me to wear a mask, and when I politely declined because I had my vaccinations, they got like testy." And he was going on. He's like, "This place is horrible. They treat the customers like trash because they have to wear a mask." And he recorded this video for his like Instagram story about how horrible it was. And I wanted to I was getting mad. I wanted to like throw something at the back of this guy's head, like a piece of food, so it would capture on his video. But I'm like, I legally can't do that. But if I could get away with it, I would have thrown my macaroni like in kids movies where like they get the food on the spoon and they bend it back
yeah.
and they launch it. I would have loved to macaroni Sally the back of this old white dude's head. This guy made
Damn.
me mad. And my dad too was like, I hate these people. I hate these people. That was like the biggest freak out. A close second would be whenever we go to a restaurant with my grandma. My grandma's never freaked out, but she's a serial like food complainer.
Oh
Where
my god,
So
yeah.
here's the thing: when you get old, you can only have so many things depending on your health, and that's perfectly fine. Because there's some things my grandma just can't eat because of her health, and that's okay. But my grandma, it's not even that. There's been numerous times where she will order her food, she'll get it, she'll eat about halfway through the food, and then she'll say, "It was cold. I kind of want them to heat it up."
Okay.
After she's eaten so much of it. Or she'll order
Yeah.
something and then she'll like ask for something like, "Oh, can I get this instead?" And then they'll be like, "Okay." And then she'll be eating it and she's like, "Oh, but I didn't want it like this." And it's just like they they can only do so much.
Yeah,
She's
dude.
like, "I want vegetables." And then they bring the vegetables and then she's like, "Oh, but they weren't soft enough."
Okay.
It's just like, oh, oh.
Yeah,
I
dude.
don't
She
know.
she she gotta chill, man.
I love my grandmother and I understand it's hard for her, but sometimes it is just so frustrating because like we'll order like a meal and she'll be like, "I want this, but I want it only cooked like this, and I don't want it to be like too tough, and I want this side instead of this, but it can't be like this." And it's just such a process,
It
and it's
sounds like
just
a
like
riddle.
I I love her, but it's also just like, oh man, this is tough. But she's never like freaked out, but she's had some instances where she's gotten some really testy with us about what to order.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of rough. Have you guys ever been to a restaurant with screaming like children over the annoying children?
That's
Mhm.
like every restaurant.
Not every
Honestly,
restaurant.
almost every restaurant, really.
Yeah.
What restaurants have you guys gone to where there's constantly
McDonald's.
fair enough, it's a good answer.
Damn, dude. Yeah, when I go to McDonald's, like bury anybody in there. That's the one in like over here. Like the
Yeah.
one, yeah. Like one dude just eating there, but like, oh, okay.
I remember I went to a McDonald's in Fresno, and
Where the night crawlers are?
I wish. This is gonna sound really messed up to say it, but there were an extraordinary amount of homeless people in there,
Oh damn.
and it
You really
was
ran through the city and were laughing at all the homeless people?
no, I wasn't laughing, but
Yeah, what the hell?
I don't know, I
You
just
broke bitches.
I was not laughing or mocking them.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
That is not what happened.
Exactly what it
But
sounds like. Yeah.
there was this guy going up to every table and asking for money, and the thing that got me
Did you
nervous
give him
was,
money?
well, that was the thing. My grandma, she's very generous and she's very sweet, but she's also very naive and like she'll give money to like anybody that asks her, even if the person you can tell maybe seems like they don't need it. Because here's the thing: this guy was going around to every table, he's like, "Please, can you give us some money? I'm so hungry." And this guy, who I guess they know him from around the area, because they're like, "Dude, if you were really hungry, you'd go to the soup kitchen that's down the street." And you'd go get your free food. And he's like, "Please, can you give me like $1?" And these other like homeless people or people that knew him were yelling at this guy like, "Get out of here! You don't get any money. Like you can clearly do something." And then he started like fake crying, and my grandma was like, "Oh, we should give him like money." But then my grandpa was like, "Are you not listening to them? They're clearly saying that this guy's like been scamming people." And again, it's like I want to help this poor guy, but also I'm like, do I believe these other people? And it's just like this weird
Honestly,
moral
I'd
thing.
I'd believe the people.
Bro, as long as like I wouldn't believe them, but as soon as the homeless people are like, "Dude, get the fuck out
Yeah,
of
when the
that,"
homeless
that's when
guys
I
go,
believe
that's
them.
not one of us.
He's
Well,
a,
I don't again, I'm not even sure if these guys were explicitly homeless, but they were kind of like dirty and they all kind of like they all had like all this stuff with them, so they appeared to be either homeless or in not a great situation. And they were yelling at this other guy and is like telling him like, "Get out of here, go to the soup kitchen that's right down the street." And I was just like, Jesus Christ. This is like 7 in the morning in a McDonald's. Freaking
Damn.
out.
You know what thing that's actually a little funny is one time me and my parents went camping, and we went camping for about a week, right? So when you're camping for about a week, you get pretty damn dirty because we were doing stuff. So then my mom has her hair all messed up, raggedy clothes because you don't wear good clothes in camping. It's like stuff you did that
Yeah.
doesn't really fit too well, all that. And we had our dogs and stuff, right? And then we went to like Safeway or something, and then my mom was watching the dogs outside in front of the Safeway because you can't take dogs to there. And when she's waiting there, when we come out, she couldn't stop laughing because some person came up to her and said, "Oh, do I need to buy food for your dogs?"
Damn.
That's horrible.
It's not a restaurant experience, but it is a food related freak out. Was I was driving up to the snow, and you know they have like the little rest stops with like vending machines, so like people to buy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy was there, and he was I guess his sometimes those machines aren't very good. So this one like ate his dollar. I guess I didn't see it, but he was like getting mad at the machine because he's like, I want my candy or whatever. And so this guy backs up, takes a step back, lifts his foot, and full on like heel drives into the machine's lock, trying to like break it open. And
That
he's like
wouldn't that
kicking this
hurt?
machine to shatter it.
Oh my god.
And my dad, I like I don't want to get my dad is free to do what he want, but he's like, dude, can you knock it off? And this guy just got pissed at my dad. He started swearing. He's like, "What's your problem? Why are you? What is your problem? What are you messing with me?" He's swearing at him, and then my dad starts yelling back, kind of like, "Izzy, remember when you were in the car?
Yeah, yeah.
Yelled at the guy?" They're
Yeah.
yelling, and then my brother steps in and he's like, "Don't swear at my dad." And then the guy just looks at my brother, tells him to f off, and then he walks back to the car with his young, like small daughter and elderly grandfather were just watching him yell at us, and then he drives away. And I was
Damn.
just like, what situation where the $2 you spent on a bag of chips could escalate to this? How did like a machine? I get you'd be pissed, but I don't think there's any situation where a vending machine would make me start yelling at people.
Dude, he probably just wanted those chips real bad.
He was hungry. He was.
Dude,
Yeah,
sometimes
It
dude.
was the same homeless guy that was asking for
maybe
food
it's
at
like those
McDonald's.
rare chips that you can never really find like a good bag of them.
Yeah.
You know,
Those are
Izzy?
those are his last
Yeah, like the
$2.
fucking hot Cheetos.
Maybe there
Yeah.
was a collector edition.
Collecting edition.
What if it was the Willy Wonka golden ticket?
There was a little gotcha guy inside the bag.
It was a gotcha game.
It was just a
Yeah,
gotcha kid
that
the other
that
day.
was something scary that happened over food.
I don't really have anything else that I could talk about. Everything is just very fucking borderline mid for me, actually.
Actually, very
Damn.
recently, I got scammed in Montana, and I got pissed over it.
Probably
What?
deserved it.
So I went to this restaurant with this. Hello, you going to bed? Night.
Yeah, good night.
Night.
Tell him goodnight.
You.
Is he in bed now?
Ew. It's a diving helmet.
Oh, I think he's still talking to him.
But so story time. I was in Montana, and we went to this restaurant. So I go to order this food, where it's like you get the meal, and then you get two sides, and you can pick what they are. So, and my dad gets a similar thing. So I first of all, so here's the problem. I order the food, and then I'm like, "Can I get this?" And she says, "Sure." And the first thing I should have noticed is she wasn't writing any of this down. She didn't have a
Oh,
little
you
notepad.
talked about this.
She didn't write down our order, which was already kind of like, huh, that's weird. But
Oh,
we were
yeah,
like,
I
there's only a
think you
few
talked
people,
about
so
yeah.
I'm not worried. Then she asked my dad, and then he says like, "Oh, how do you want your potatoes? Like skinned potatoes or mashed potatoes?" And he said like, "Oh, with the skin." And then she leaves, comes back, and then she's like, "Oh, you wanted mashed potatoes, right?" And she went skinned, and she went, "Got it." And she comes back with the mashed potatoes. But that's not the thing. So my meal comes with the two sides, right? She didn't ask me. She just said, "Great." And then I realized afterward, I'm like, wait, she just walked away. She did not even attach the idea that I had sides. And then she came back and she's like, "I'm sorry, I missed it. What do you want?" And I said, "Potato salad." And she still ignored me and gave me mashed potatoes and fries. And I was like, there were like only 8 people in this restaurant. And you only have like two sides to remember. And you ignored both of our wishes and just gave us what you wanted to. And I was like, this is so sad. But because me and my dad are too polite, we didn't say anything. We should have. I should have.
Your dad being too polite.
My dad
Too
is far too
polite?
polite.
Your dad being too polite.
He sounded like he was about to like burst out laughing.
Because I fucking am.
Okay, start laughing.
But either way,
Ah,
I was just absolutely floored with how bafflingly bad this waitress
Should
was.
she get a tip?
I
no.
don't know. My dad
Yeah, how
probably
much did
left.
you tip her?
My dad, I don't know if he did. I actually don't think he did. Like my dad usually tips, but I think he was kind of like,
I
nah, we
think
don't really
that
give
should be
him.
a point where it's like, yeah, no tip on that one,
Yeah.
I
chief.
think we left her like $5.
That's a normal
No,
amount of
that's
tip.
That's
too much.
horrible. That's way too
That's
much,
too
bro.
much.
Usually, I feel bad because I still think that was sometimes I wouldn't like. I'm not like. I usually leave cash tips. When I have a card, I usually don't
Yeah.
leave tip. But if I pay in cash, I'll put like my change in. But I remember a few times where I didn't leave a tip, but I was just like, I was like, no, they didn't earn a tip. That was horrible. And I was just sitting there, I'm like, I've never been to a restaurant where they just so blatantly forgot what they served. It was surprising.
Sorry for your loss.
I mean, I
Yeah.
felt bad because I'm like, we paid for it, and they like gave us trash food. That was a
Damn.
similar thing. Was we went to another restaurant where it wasn't bad, but it was clearly marketed for tourists, and I felt so bad because we ate there, but it was so overpriced. But it was like the only place we could eat, and I
I
felt bad
just
that we
had
had to
like
like spend that money because I paid like $16 for like the most mid pulled pork sandwich you can get. And
yeah.
I was like, I feel bad that we're spending money on this. Well, that's all I can remember for food
I
stories.
remember going to freaking Six Flags and seeing they had $4 water, and I went, "This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen."
You know, at Six Flags you can ask for free water.
Can you?
Yeah.
You can. I think that's. I'm pretty sure it's illegal. I'm not
Pretty
sure
sure
if it's a
everywhere
legal
offers
thing,
free water.
but there
Yeah.
will. I think in most
Thing is,
places,
typically, if you're paying for water, you're paying for bottled water.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I think in most places they'll require like you can ask like, can I please get like a glass of water? They have to give you like a glass of water at
Pretty
least.
sure it's anywhere that serves food.
Is
Yeah.
it? I didn't know that was like a law.
I don't know if
Well,
it actually is,
it
but I've heard
no,
of
I
it.
think it is just over here though. It's not typical like outside of U.S.
But I've had some good, some bad dining experiences. But I I don't think I've ever eaten someone that was truly deplorable.
Nothing that you're just like, yeah,
Um,
nope, this ain't it, chief.
I mean, I've had restaurants where I'm like, yeah, I'm not coming back, but I don't think I've ever had anything where I physically like could not finish the meal.
Okay, well, not that I couldn't finish the meal or anything, but I haven't been to Applebee's in like since I was like 7 or something
Okay,
like that. I
Applebee's
went
is
to
literally just paying for a microwave, dog.
and then, but my sister was like, we need to go to Applebee's. I freaking never had Applebee's. She was just adamant on wanting to go to Applebee's, and we're just like,
Maybe.
I guess we'll go to Applebee's. But I went to Applebee's. They are so bad. Like, holy cow.
Yeah, dog.
You know, I can't agree also because saying Rob, what you said you're paying for microwave food, that is so painfully accurate.
The
Because
Yeah,
I
chicken
you're
was
just
literally just
so
paying for a
dry.
microwave.
It was,
I
oh
just
my god.
I just went while I was on a road trip and I'm like, I remember Applebee's being okay. And I ate it and yeah, same thing. I'm like, this is so like dry and bland. And I was just like, oh, no. And again, I had the same thing where like I was like, I feel bad that we're like we could have eaten somewhere like good and we came here and paid for this.
And they
I've
weren't,
had
and they were
that.
kind of pricey too. Applebee's is like
They're not
pricey. I'm
super
like,
cheap.
what the
Yeah.
hell?
I've had that exact experience, Emilio, but I've only had it once, and it was when I went the first and only time I went to Arby's.
That's just Arby's.
Arby's
Dude,
is so bafflingly
We
bad.
have the meat.
They have
they they do, but they don't know how to cook it, dude. Oh my god. I remember I went to
I
my
think we already
friend
told
was.
this one, Izzy.
Did you guys? Did you? Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm hella forgetful right now.
You just told we started the episode with the Arby's stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit us with the exact same joke.
My bad. My bad.
I think I mentioned it to you guys a few days. I don't know if it made it into the podcast, but I went to with long story short, I went to a Denny's and I had a surprisingly good
That
experience.
was also in
Be-
the podcast.
Oh,
I
that
think it's
was? Okay,
surprisingly
then I
good.
won't talk about. Because I went to a Denny's in like a remote town at like 9 o'clock. I was expecting like the staff to be like kind of like apathetic or like the food not to be good. But what I got was surprisingly really tasty, and the staff was super friendly to everybody that was coming in late. And I was like, wow, this is the most like wholesome Denny's I've ever eaten at. And I used to frequent Denny's when I was younger.
Did you guys have any
Really,
food
loving people
traditions,
doing
restaurant
their jobs.
traditions? Like for me, I remember for a while for my birthday, there's this place called Fenton's. Do you guys know about it?
Oh, it's like the
Nope.
ice
It's the
cream
ice cream
bar
place, yeah.
restaurant.
So it was a
Yeah.
tradition for on my birthday, we would all go to Fenton's and get their freaking ice cream sundae, which is this huge freaking ice cream, and we would all share it and have a freaking ice cream sundae. That was a little tradition we have. Actually, Colton, I think we took you once, didn't we? I don't know if Colton's still here.
I think Colton's dead if he's not
Oh.
responding.
Sorry, I'm muted.
Did we
Fenton's.
take you, Colton?
You might have.
I
You
kind of
might have.
remember
Let me. What does it
you.
look like?
It's just Fenton's. I don't know, ice cream place.
Is it the? Oh yeah, I think
Fenton's.
I do remember this.
Yeah.
Hmm. Speaking of really crazy fucking ice cream places, Robert, remember that one fucking time where we
Rite
went to this
Aid.
ice cream? I don't remember, but it was this one ice cream place where we ordered an actual sink full of ice
Oh
cream.
yeah, the San Francisco Creamery.
Yeah, remember that, Rob? Where we had like such a hard sugar rush because of it.
Like sugar rushes aren't like. I guess yeah, sure.
I thought
I have a
sugar
picture
rushes
of it.
aren't
Hold on.
real.
Yeah, that's what I
He
was gonna
sounds
say.
so. It was such a crazy experience, though.
Hold
Um,
on. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I really liked it. I want to go back there again. I like it.
Yeah, we
I
all
think we
gotta.
can do that as a group.
Yeah, let's all
Wait,
go
what do you
there.
mean by sugar brushes aren't real?
It's like not a thing.
they are. Some people just don't get
I
them.
yeah.
Sugar rushes are definitely a thing. Like a large intake of sugar definitely like increases your energy. You just
Like
may not
I,
notice it. You're not gonna be like running around screaming,
I
but
think
you
it's like yeah,
definitely
to
might
that
just feel like
extent that
more
like show it
Yeah,
where like a child's
according to
jumping and
science, there's
running
no
on
such thing as a
down.
sugar rushing kids. A popular myth for decades, many parents avoid giving their kids sugar due to allegedly impending hyperactivity after consuming it. It's not a real thing.
Well, I think sugar definitely gives you like immediate energy because it's just like isn't that how sugar works? But I don't think you can have a rush in the sense that you can like run laps because you ate an ice cream cone.
yeah, I don't think so either. Like for me personally, I don't know why coffee doesn't work for me, but soda does. So whenever like I have to go to work in the morning, I just bring like a cup of soda or like
So,
a cup of soda. I'll just bring a bottle. I'll just bring a bottle of soda, and that'd be my coffee.
Hmm.
It's
But
funky.
Telly, you talking about like food traditions?
Mhm.
Well, I think I mentioned I used to go get sandwiches every Sunday, but I remember this other thing is so there's this bakery in nearby called Alpine Bakery that my family's been going to
Oh,
since
that
like
shit's so good.
it's dude,
Shit's so
my
good.
my parents used to get like cakes as kids there. Like it has been there forever. And every time I go, they have this like little sugar cookie in the shape of a smiley face. Where it's this like little yellow sugar cookie. And every time I go, I just look at it, get a big smile, and I'm like, I have to get one of those. And it is so just something about it, just eating it gives me a huge smile on my face. It's not even like a god tier cookie, but it's just it makes me smile. It makes me happy.
Oh wow.
Okay,
That's a lovely story.
I have a food debate.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Cakes or pies? What do you prefer?
Pies.
Cake.
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 Hmm.
I appreciate pie. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate pie.
It's because the problem is that I had good of both, so this one's a hard one for me.
I feel like I've had more good pies than I've had good cakes, though.
Well, I've had a couple bad cakes, yeah. You really fuck up a
Izzy's
cake.
cake.
Oh my god! No,
Cake is
Tyler.
like a lot more sugary, I feel, than pie, just because of frosting and stuff. So I can eat less cake than pie because I can down a fuck ton of pie.
See, that's the thing.
I'd rather
I
just have a
personally
small bite
don't
of
do much
cake than
sugar.
a fuck ton of pie.
You see, Emilio, if you change it to like donuts or something, I'd for sure say donuts. But like, I don't know which one's better.
That's why it's a debate.
It's,
We to discuss. Just like
bro, I can't. They're both equally good in my eyes.
Oh my
because
god, you're
like
so fucking cringe.
the only cakes that I really like I like chocolate cake and like I like tres leches, but if you don't make it
Tres
right, it
leches
can
is
be
pretty good.
really bad if you
I've
make
had
it.
a bad tres leches before.
Yeah, I've had some that I'm like, dang, this is a good tres leche," but you have some where it is just so soggy and sad that you just go, "This stinks." So yeah, and then chocolate cake. Chocolate cake's always good. I love chocolate cake. Lot of sugar though. That's really bad for you.
Yeah.
Huh?
Good for the soul.
I don't think any of it's good for you, Emilio. All of it's sugar.
Yes.
I do love pumpkin pie. I love
Yeah, I do
pumpkin
love
pie.
I've
pumpkin pie also.
honestly, I love pumpkin pie, but I just haven't had a good one in a while.
Oh no, pumpkin pie's alright. I still really love it and like grab it. I mean, I still enjoy it. It's still really good. It's just not like a fuck, man. I really want some pumpkin pie right now.
Yeah, I get it.
I really like pumpkin flavoring.
You get your pumpkin spice latte. You go to Starbucks.
Okay, I guess this is why I can make a confession.
Okay. Are
I
you a
actually
Starbucks girl? Is that your
I
confession?
used to go to I used to frequent Starbucks with my mom.
Oh
I
Ew.
used
damn.
to get a lot of Starbucks when I was younger.
That's really
Did you
hard to
get
come out.
coffee?
I would get the not the what is it the frappuccinos like the cold ones.
Oh.
Okay,
I,
I gotta confess something as well. If you're confessing, I have to confess something. I've been to a handful of Starbucks. I never got the coffee, but I remember they had this delicious fucking like breakfast where it was just basically a croissant with bacon, egg, and cheese, and that shit was like surprisingly good. Like my eyes open. I'm like, wow, this is much better than I actually expected from like Starbucks.
damn.
It
Doesn't
was
really feel like a confession from you. You seem like a
Yeah.
Starbucks type person.
You're
Yeah.
totally a Starbucks guy, Izzy. What the heck?
Yeah.
I literally
Come on,
coffee does
Izzy.
not affect me.
Oh
Huh? You
god.
don't just get coffee there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get sometimes like it's like a dragon fruit drink, and I like that.
The fuck? I don't
I
know
I
that.
get like I'm not really a coffee guy. I get like a hot like the hot chocolate milk, or I get the like the mocha frappuccino. Like I get that. It's like frozen. I get that.
I don't know anything of what they have.
I don't know anything either. All I know is that they just have that.
Bro, I liked when I was like younger. I liked getting like the cake pops. Oh my god, this was so good.
Oh, the little like lollipop thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
those.
yeah, yeah. The cake pops. Oh, dude, it
Oh,
was
that's what
so
those
good.
are called?
Yeah,
Huh.
Oh yeah, those things.
it was so good. I'm like, ah, damn, dude. I would like always get one. Like
But
when I would go to
yeah,
Starbucks.
I used to like the pumpkin spice frappuccinos.
All
That's
What do
right.
I
actually
mean
the
used
only
to? I
item.
still do like them. They're good.
Are those seasonal? They're
Yeah,
seasonal.
This
for sure.
seasonal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Are they doing
right.
it right now?
I don't know. Usually you hear about it because people make jokes about it all the time.
What?
People joke about like pumpkin spice flavored everything.
Yeah, but that's like a constant thing of Starbucks. That's why I brought it up.
I love pumpkin flavor.
Oh, damn, we get it. You're a pumpkin enjoyer.
Oh.
An average
Go
pumpkin
you
enjoyer.
enjoy it.
Yeah. Speaking of average pumpkin destroyer, a few weeks ago I made a pumpkin bread because I had some pumpkin and I wanted some pumpkin flavoring. And I felt so horrible because nobody else in the house ate it. So I ate almost a whole loaf of pumpkin bread by myself and I'm like I feel so fat
Wait,
right
no, that
now.
shit does. That shit is good as fuck though. I know what
But
you're
no,
talking about. That shit is good as fuck, bro.
but no one else in the house ate it, so I had to eat the
But
whole
it doesn't
loaf.
matter because that shit's good as fuck.
It was so good.
Milo,
It doesn't
Milo,
matter
It was
because
so
that shit is
delicious.
good as fuck, bro.
Milo, it was
You're
probably
talking about.
because
I love
nobody
that
was
shit
home,
too.
and you
It was
just
so
decided to eat it all.
Yeah, Emilio, if you ate it all in the same day that you cooked it,
It
don't really
wasn't all the
need to change
same day. It was over like a
Oh,
week.
Oh yeah, sure.
But I ate like the whole loaf almost by
Yeah, yeah.
myself, and I was like,
Did you tell your family or did you just hide it?
"What do
Like,
you
oh,
mean?"
let's go hide
You
it.
just hide it, Emilio. Gosh
I
darn it.
did. Did you have it under your bed, Emilio? You put it down there. It's not
You're
gonna
like,
No,
you're
get
like,
it.
like,
out
like,
on
oh
the
my god,
counter
my
for
parents haven't ate.
everyone to enjoy.
They probably thought it was bread.
Just thought it was
Like
basic
raisins.
bread.
Thought it was bread. They
It was
looked at
bread,
pumpkin
guys.
like,
Guys,
damn,
it
this is
was a
some
bread.
basic ass bread.
Yeah, like I can make a sandwich out of this, but no.
Just make a fucking sandwich with pumpkin bread.
Yeah.
Damn, this is the most craziest looking bread I've ever seen.
Alright, I
I
think this
I've never
might be
made
a
bread.
good little stopping point.
Yeah.
All right,
How
guys,
long have
say
we
your
been
goodbye to
going?
the
Alright, you
viewers.
gotta go say
Goodbye.
goodbye.
Goodbye,
Follow my
everyone.
Instagram at otherworld2020. Follow my Twitch
Yo.
account at Techno Gamer. Follow my alt account at Eclipse Wolf or whatever it's called.
Keep forgetting,
more,
keep
bro.
changing it.
My alt account is Eclipse Protocol. Follow that. That's my
Cruz is
alt.
like, don't forget about my commissions. It is the Proto Boy number 36.
Yeah, commission Photo Boy. Yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoy. This is my YouTube channel, The Grateful 2. Subscribe.
Alright.
He's stealing credit
Subscribe
for
to my
everyone.
YouTube channel.
Cruz
I
actually
like this
creates
running joke.
everything.
I like this.
Yeah,
running
and let's
joke.
not forget that Avi's favorite anime is Ray Zero.
Alright.